Hey there! Welcome back to Little Kids Lessons. Today, we're tackling a tough topic that many of you have asked about: what to do when your child's behavior feels totally out of control. You might be wondering, is boot camp my only option? Well, let's dig into this together. First off, if you're at the point where you're considering sending your kid away, I want you to know that you're not alone. Parenting is one of the hardest jobs out there, and sometimes we all hit a wall. Maybe your teenager is hanging out with a crowd that makes you nervous, or your little one's tantrums have reached a whole new level. It's completely normal to feel like you've tried everything under the sun. But here's the thing: sending your child away isn't always the answer, and it's definitely not the only option. In fact, there are tons of strategies you can try right at home first. Let's break these down one by one. First up, creating a rock-solid structure at home. Kids, even when they act like they hate rules, actually thrive on routine and clear expectations. It gives them a sense of security. Now, I'm not saying you need to turn your house into a military academy overnight. Start small, maybe focus on one area that's causing the most stress. For a lot of families, mornings are a battleground. So let's use that as an example. Set a clear rule: be ready by 7:30, or you're taking the bus. And here's the kicker: stick to it, no matter what. If your kid isn't ready, they take the bus. No exceptions. It might be tough at first, but trust me, they'll catch on quickly. This brings us to our next point: consistency. This is where a lot of us parents struggle. It's so tempting to give in when your kid throws a fit or begs for just 5 more minutes. But here's the secret: holding your ground now makes things easier in the long run. Remember, you're the parent. You've got this. Next up, and this might sound a bit cheesy, but it's super important: believe in your child. Even when things look rough, expect them to succeed. Point out their small wins. Did they get dressed without being asked? High five! Did they remember to pack their lunch? Awesome! It might not seem like much, but these little moments of recognition can make a huge difference. Now, let's talk about not throwing in the towel. There will be setbacks. Your kid will test you. They might even seem to backslide. But hang in there. Deep down, even if they'd never admit it, kids want and need boundaries. It makes them feel safe and loved. So, why am I telling you all this before we even get to boot camps? Because these are the foundations of good parenting, and they're things you can start doing right now, today, without spending a dime or sending your kid anywhere. Now, let's talk about why boot camps might not be the best choice. For starters, they're often incredibly expensive. We're talking thousands of dollars in many cases. Plus, they often don't involve the whole family in the process. When your kid comes home, if nothing's changed in the family dynamic, you're right back where you started. Instead of shipping your kid off, try bringing boot camp techniques home. Set clear rules and consequences. Be consistent. Expect success. Don't give up. It's like boot camp, but with love and family support built in. Remember, you're not alone in this parenting journey. Reach out for support. Talk to your child's school. They've got counselors, teachers, and staff who can help. If your kid's getting into trouble with the law, work with the legal system. These professionals deal with challenging kids every day. Use their expertise. Don't be afraid to open up to friends and neighbors. You might be surprised how many other parents are going through similar stuff. It's easy to feel like you're the only one struggling, but trust me, you're not. There's no shame in admitting you need help or advice. There are also great resources out there designed specifically to help parents like you. Programs like the Total Transformation can give you practical tools to set up structure, expectations, and consequences at home. These aren't magic fixes, but they can provide a framework to build on. Now, let's talk about some specific strategies you can use at home. 1. Family meetings. Set aside time each week to talk as a family. This isn't for lectures, but for everyone to voice concerns and work together on solutions. 2. Reward systems. Create a chart or system to track good behavior. Make sure the rewards are things your kid actually cares about. 3. Natural consequences. Let your child experience the natural results of their actions when safe to do so. Forgot their lunch? They might be hungry that day, but they'll remember next time. 4. Time in instead of time out. When your child is acting out, try spending time with them instead of isolating them. Sometimes bad behavior is a cry for attention. 5. Skill building. Teach your child coping skills for managing anger, stress, or disappointment. These are lifelong tools they'll thank you for later. 6. One-on-one time. Make sure each child gets some individual attention from you regularly. It doesn't have to be long, but it should be focused and consistent. 7. Clear communication. Make sure your expectations are crystal clear. Don't assume your child knows what you want, spell it out. 8. Positive reinforcement. Catch your kid being good and praise them for it. It's easy to focus on the negative, but acknowledging good behavior encourages more of it. Remember, change takes time. You didn't get to this point overnight, and you won't solve everything overnight either. Be patient with yourself and your child. Look, I get it. When you're at your wit's end, sending your kid away can seem like the only option. But before you do that, try these strategies at home. With some hard work, consistency, and support, you can make positive changes right where you are. That's all for today. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more parenting tips. And hey, drop a comment below if you've got any questions or experiences to share.